Week 4 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He's coming off one of his biggest games in both yards and touchdowns last week. It's the Vikings and the Saints, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And here come the Saints about to begin their first possession. And the man in charge of this offense, his 8th season now in the NFL, former #1 pick, Jameis Winston.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Jameis to throw it. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Fielded at the 33. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's got some space here. Wow, incredible.
Miss.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 46 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally?
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Winston now. On the check down, he finds Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw now in his own end zone.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
They're going to look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They overloaded that time with a safety blitz, defense, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, as he's Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 30 big ones.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On play action, they'll throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern.
On 2nd and 9, Winston over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans 1st down.
To throw is Winston.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Winston toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the
touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 41 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Throwing, Winston. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down in the back at 33. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Winston. And his throw is going to be incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To the air again with Winston. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead.
I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game from this offense, this time it forced him to taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. They're going to take this up close to the 30, so really good starting field position. Final play of the half here, Winston. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As it's time now to send you.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And some room to work.
he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. 130 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Warner getting the sack. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Back to throw here. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taking it about the 36. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. The end result, 21 yards. They'll look to throw here.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They'll look to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings just continue to roll. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger. Quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The New Orleans Vikings offense set to take over. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson,
a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters. Welcome back now here in London. The offense on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to... of the football.
Here's Madison running on 1st down.
Azeez Ojulari there on the tackle.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's the backup Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this run. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Madison will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Winston. Over the middle, open is Thomas. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
They're going for it. Here's Madison.
Holding offense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage of running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Winston. Pressure comes and down he goes. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Ooh, the juke. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Vikings head out to take over once again. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Going to run with Madison again. Azeez Ojulari pushing in and dropping him.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 2nd down, this is Madison.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.